Muy buena gente, soy Kelvin, estamos aquí en The Witcher 3. Bien, seguimos, vamos a reunirnos con la maga esa que sueña la historia y las movidas. Pero mira qué guapo estoy. ¿Habéis visto? Ahí está. Mira, que me he soltado el pelo y me he afeitado. Bueno, como podéis ver, visto un poco diferente, y es que me he crafteado la armadura felina, los guantes felinos, las botas felinas y los pantalones felinos. Es una build completa y como veis pues me da bastante armadura y demás, perdón. Bien, el rollo es que esto os voy a explicar un poquito, nada, pero así muy de pasada, dónde he conseguido los objetos. Bien, pues os digo, mira, veréis, os sale un indicador aquí, ¿vale? Cuando estéis en esa búsqueda del tesoro. Por lo menos lo tendría que haber grabado, pero era muy coñazo. Vale, esta es una de las búsquedas más completas. Pues tenéis que venir andando por aquí, por el borde de la isla, por la parte peatonal y demás. Y vais a ver la bajada, ¿vale? Pero recordad que tenéis que bajar las escaleras y veniros por fuera, ¿vale? No os vayáis aquí a buscar aquí directamente y a saltar, también lo he hecho yo. Es una puta locura. Y la otra, que tampoco es que sea muy complicada y demás. A ver, ¿dónde está la ubicación? Aquí. No, esta no es. Uf, no me acuerdo. Aquí sí, aquí está. Que se ve la cueva esta. Es una especie de ruinas élficas antiguas. Y hay una bajada. Un agujero que hay en la ruina. Y si te das la vuelta ves un portal como morado. No sé dónde da, pues no me ha dejado entrar. Aquí tiene una pequeña búsqueda de la llave y demás, y una pequeña pelea para conseguir el cofre. Pero perdón, pero vamos, que tampoco es nada muy allá. Bien, pues vamos a continuar con la misión. Vamos a hablar con Corín.
Master
No pelea.
that would be me, has the honor to announce the betting is now open. Georgius George, known also as Pile Driver, is the name of our champion. Will anyone dare try to dethrone our reigning king?
No glass tastes as
La
sweet.
armadura es ligera, se puede hacer un wombo combo bastante curioso con habilidades y armadura. Ya os digo. Me falta conseguir un armero en condiciones. Porque también tengo los diagramas de las espadas, pero no lo he podido todavía encontrar que me lo haga en condiciones. En condiciones. Que me lo pueda fabricar, que tenga habilidad. Uy, tú te estás fumando aquí un poco de porro. ¿Cuánta marihuana lleva consumida?
A dream in here.
Never witnessed a seance like this before, let alone participated.
I will guide you. You must first achieve a kind of mental accord. I must ask some questions. You must answer them. It's important you're truthful. Answer from your heart.
Madre mía.
Let's begin.
To start with, tell me a memory you have of this woman.
What for?
Do as I ask, please. I need the strongest, most complete memory you have of...
Ciri. The woman's name is Ciri. Ciri was orphaned during the Second War with Nilfgaard. I had no idea what to do with a young girl, so I did what I would have done with a boy and took her to Kaer Morhen. Figured some physical training, sword work, development of her stamina couldn't hurt. I remember her standing on a crumbling wall. A stone came loose, she lost her footing. Caught her at the last possible instant. Strongest memory, though, is of her coming out of her room one day, wearing a dress and claiming she was indisposed. Knew then that Ciri was maturing. It was unavoidable. I was lost in the face of that.
I see. Do you wish to tell me anything more?
No.
No. Let's continue.
You claim the woman has abilities. Tell me about them.
She's a child of the Elder Blood.
A descendant of bloody Volker. The rebel burned at the stake. The prophecies claim the world's destroyer will be born of the Firebrand's cursed blood.
Pure legend.
Know when a legend transforms into prophecy? When it gains believers. I think you're right to be reticent in talking about the woman. I see. Do you wish to say more?
No. Can we start?
Naturally. I knew you cared about her. But your tone, the emotions you so carefully conceal.
Let's continue, please.
Make yourself comfortable and try to relax. You must take my hand and talk of Ciri. Tell me where you think she might be. Who could be at her side?
If Ciri couldn't find me, I'm sure she would have looked for another friend.
Who do you mean?
Yennefer wasn't in Novigrad. Triss was. But Ciri never found her. Maybe Dandelion. They liked each other a lot.
Oh, Jack, ¿qué? Tengo curiosidad por saber cómo lo representan. Si aparece, claro está. ¿Está haciendo puntos? Un fallito gráfico ahí. Pero vamos, yo creo que es por mi configuración. ¿Eso es qué? ¿En serio tan gay? No, yo sé que no era ni muy machote ni muy varoní, pero no me gusta. Me lo imaginaba más de otra manera.
Dreamt of a swallow at first. After that, just nightmares.
At times the dreams can multiply. Show the past as well as the future.
The swallow. It symbolizes Ciri. She contacted Dandelion. I didn't know he was in town.
The poet. Heard about him. Someone left him the rosemary and thyme in their will.
El romero y el tomillo.
The rosemary and thyme? Where's that?
As you enter the city through the red light district, you come upon a bridge. The rosemary is just past it.
Dandelion inherited a brothel?
So I've heard.
Thanks for your help.
Good luck, Witcher. I hope you find your Ciri.
Te podía haber quitado el vestido, guapa. Está muy rica.
Yes.
Bueno. Vamos.
It's not safe to go out on the streets anymore.
Ya nota. Con esto yo no quiero pelear, Me está todo mazado, Y seguro que de lo que se pone ahí a pelear. Vamos, seguro, no, segurísimo.
I don't want to die.
With you. Not for all the gold in Novigrad.
Die.
Vaya, hombre.
I don't
Fuera.
I don't want to die.
Me cago en la puta. Coraje me da. Ah, porque he fallado. Y me tenía uno por detrás y otro por detrás. En fin, que no. Que he mandado unos mecos que no me tenían que haber. Aquí está el burde de nuestro amigo Jaske.
We can go at it here, or at my place. Wits to yourself.
Tócate tú solo, dice. A ver.
You always wear tight trousers.
This life.
Sometimes it's
A veces la vida te la mete doblada. Ay, ay. ¿En serio?
Keep it together, lads.
Y yo. Me cabré un montón cuando me pegáis, ¿eh? Aprovechan para pegarte. Ahí. Venga, va. Valiente que eres. Mira, mira. Pero que me he cubierto. Que me he cubierto. Puto bronza. No, no, hombre, la de plata para qué, ya están muertos. No son ningún bicho ni nada. A ver si sobrevivimos camino del burde, oye. La calle del rey de los mendigos.
Think I pissed me trousers. Think I pissed me trousers.
Ven, marchamos. Ahí que ven. Miau.
Hey there, handsome.
Eh,
Meow.
Madre mía. Vámonos. Ya hemos llegado, llegamos al burde. Cerrado.
I never come back.
Coño, entra por otro lado, claro, no me está cerrado. Se ha vuelto más gilipollas que he dado.
Next time I'll rip your fucking legs off and shove them up your ass till you've toes for teeth.
¡Ya, el enano!
Geralt, in the nick of time, as always.
Zoltan, with your boot to someone's ass, as always. Who were those men?
Local colour. I wasn't going more than a moment. Long enough for them to turn our home into theirs. All right, time for some spring cleaning. I've got to boot them all out. Care to join me?
With pleasure.
Well, come on.
Walking into his soul.
Now!
¿Qué hace? Verá. Verá.
Leg it.
Verá.
Rumble
El problema es este. El problema es que tenía a los enemigos fijados. Y no me estaba dejando defenderme.
I'm pleased. That went well. Now we can greet each other like the gods ordained. Ages, pal.
Hey, Zoltan. You look good.
Training plenty lately. What with the war on, no Mahakaman meat to be found, but Redanian lagers standing in just fine. You, though, you've withered a bit. Something worrying you?
It's about Ciri. I know she came to Novigrad. Might still be here.
You mean she's come back? I'll be damned. I wonder if I'd recognize her. How many years is it now? 6, 7? But what'd she be doing here?
Hiding, probably. She might be in danger.
See her in your dreams?
A couple times. Her and the Wild Hunt.
Oh, not good.
Not at all, but I know she came here and contacted Dandelion.
We've a wee problem then.
Where's Dandelion?
I'd like to know that myself. Maybe he could explain what the hell's going on. Well, just barely returned, as you saw. Expecting to come home to a hot like a boar and some cold ale, and what do you find instead? A shite storm. Dandelion gone, the tavern chock full of bums. Have no clue what happened.
Let's look around. Might find something that'll put us on his trail.
Prime idea. I say we start on the ground floor. It's where he sat and wrote.
Hmm. 10 barrels of Toussaint Dry, 5 cases of sodden triple mead. Nothing here.
No, that's exactly what we're looking for.
¿Qué dice?
It's his planner.
Huh. Dandelion and planning? Good one. Besides, anything he wrote here probably had a special system. Chaos only he could ever decipher. Actually, in the past, sometimes not even that.
Give him a chance. Might not be that bad. Seems when he inherited this fine establishment, it came with some fine responsibilities. Bookkeeping among them. He also made a habit of noting down the times of his meetings, official and private. So, who'd he been seeing of late? Ah, here it is. Seems he's only been meeting women of late. The dog.
Not a bad idea. Dandelion's pretty loose-lipped. Might have blabbed something to a lady friend that'll put us on his trail.
That's what I'm counting on. We should divide these somehow. Perhaps... fuck it. I'll ask the lassies in my half, you interrogate the ones in yours. Suit you?
Zoltan, wait. This is in verse.
And you figure that's unnatural because...
Wonderful. Meet me back here when you're done. Share our findings.
Right you are. Need to do a wee bit of tidying before I go. Cannot stomach the idea of coming back to this mess. And you'd be wise to read your bit before you scurry off. If you need anything, I'll be next door.
Madre mía. Vemos como siempre. Vamos a ver cómo están las muchachas de Yasque.
will get you every last copper. With interest. Give me a week, please.
Horson's no banker. He's an honest man. You pay on time, you get protection. You don't pay.
Help!
What you hollering for, stupid wench? What are you hoping for? A knight in shining armour?
Close enough.
Keep out of this, greyhead, not your concern.
Fuma, llamar vino.
Vespula's got someone else's protection now.
Me va a llamar vino,
Really?
pues tríncame el pepino.
Who's that be?
Mine. Offered her a better rate.
All right. So, let's see if you're a good bargain or just cheap shit.
Te va a salir mal.
Leave it with me.
Ah, va, arquero. Arquero. Vamos a buscar al arquero. Ah. Ahí. Ahí hay medio arquero ya. Venga, ven. ¿No? Venga. Tanto cantaba por ahí. Pues parece ser que es una ganga.
Covered in blood, all of it. So much work for naught.
No need to thank me. It was nothing.
Sorry. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but everything I had, I just lost.
Don't know if you remember. We've met.
I don't... Wait, I know you. You're that witcher I near clobbered with a vase when... Well...
When you kicked Dandelion out. Through the balcony. Actually, he's the reason I'm here.
Madre mía, esta es la del libro.
Probably out whoring. That horse pheasant. That lying scoundrel.
Es una exnovia de Jackie.
What did he do to get
Que lo
your
echó a
goat?
patadas de la
Same
posada,
thing,
tirándole todo por la
Prize
ventana.
bullshitter came back saying it was till death do we part this time. And no more than a week passed before I spotted him in Harbourside, strolling with some trollop on his arm. 'Twas the last straw. All those questions about the washerwomen at the bathhouse, then this. I beat him black and blue and threw him out on his ear.
This woman he was with in the harbor. Who was she?
Claimed she was his niece from Kovir. Ha! Horvir, more likely.
Zorrabito.
Corset so tight her eyes were popping out her head. His too, come to think of it. An artist or a whore doesn't much matter as they're one in the same.
Dandelion ask you about other washerwomen? Not terribly subtle even for him.
Maybe he likes some sudsy.
Maybe. But what did he ask about, exactly?
Oh, this and that, really. What's it like at the bathhouse? Have I got any friends there? What are their working hours? I don't know. Maybe he's looking to hire one for his tavern. Maybe I got all in a huff for no reason.
Sí, zorra histérica.
Thanks for your help. Listen, when I find Dandelion, anything I should tell him?
No. I mean, tell him he's a two-faced snake, but it would be nice if he dropped by.
Me voy a reír tras esos desgraciados. Lo mismo pueden tener algo interesante. Piel de cabra. Muy interesante nada, pero algunas monedas le puedo sacar. En estos juegos, en estos juegos no se hace dinero si no se llena un inventario para las trancas, para después poder venderlo. Eso es así. Vamos a ver, vamos a hablar con otra muchacha.
Washed your hair lately?
Want a snuggle, boogeyman?
Welcome, welcome. Do come in.
No, una muchacha.
I'm a friend of Dandelion's, looking for Elial.
You've come to the right spot. How might I be of service? Need something shortened? Patch your trousers, darn your socks.
You Elial?
Yes. Now pick your jaw up off the floor.
Sorry, I thought Elial was one of Dandelion's girlfriends.
Oh, so it's that. Wait here. Any better?
Es un travesti, es un travelo.
Elial.
Did you and Dandelion... I mean... How did you two meet?
Mira que esto
I met
cortado,
him one night in a
Mira.
tavern. He was blind drunk.
What happened?
What do you think? We spoke.
That's it.
I'm not sure what you're getting at, but I should make one thing clear. Men don't interest me. Told him that as well. Luckily, Dandelion's an open-minded fellow. We had a lovely evening. He became a loyal customer afterwards.
Madre.
Dandelion visit your shop often?
I tried many times to talk him into a decent doublet. Sadly, he'd only come in to get a button rear fixed or a hole patched.
When did you last see him?
Some time ago. He brought in one of Zoltan's jerkins, insisted I sew on an extra pocket. Odd as requests go, I had the distinct feeling he'd actually come to talk.
What did you and Dandelion talk about? He asked about anything in particular?
Let me think. Had an ordinary chat, really. Although, indeed, he did keep asking about Kalkstein. If Dandelion and I hadn't laid our cards on the table at the start, I might have suspected he had a history with the alchemist. He spoke like a lovesick beau. In fact, he desperately wished to meet with him.
Kalkstein's in Novigrad? Wouldn't mind seeing him myself.
You're too late, I fear. The witch hunters nabbed him recently, burned
Madre
him
mía.
at the stake in Hierarch Square. But as he
Putos
perished,
cazadores de brujas,
all
tío.
the goings-on
Van
impressive.
jodiéndole la marrana a todos los
Fiery
personajes.
beasts circled his pyre, then rose into the sky and exploded to form letters.
Really? What did they spell?
Radovid sucks flaccid cock.
Ya por
I know
curiosidad.
this is none of my business, but why do you...
Why do I dress up? As a child, I dreamt of becoming a Doppler when I grew up. I became a tailor instead. Discovered clothing. Costumes can express all the complexities of one's personality. I'm a Redanian countess one day, a dockside thug the next. That is true freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Have you never thought to become someone else? Even for a moment? Must be horribly boring being a witcher all the time.
No me da tiempo a aburrirme.
I managed to stay interested.
Ahora mismo va a tener interés.
Thanks for your help, and nice to meet you.
I can help with much more. If you need new trousers or a vest, you know where to find me.
Bueno, vamos a hablar con Molly. Por aquí parece que es más corto, dice el GPS, el puntón. Venga, está todo guapa la ropa esta.
Outer body rhythm mix.
Wonderful.
Bueno, nos podríamos ir a caballo, pero... ¿Qué mata? Y también nos estamos yendo a lo ligero. No paramos de correr. ¡Ah! Brujo. Uy, me equivoco. Con la curva muy cerrada. He hecho un ras. Madre mía.
The mage hunters will tend to forget.
Just this morning, my quitter came back from the market.
¿Y esto?
This Baronet's La Vallette's villa.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Greetings, Witcher. Must admit it's curious to see you here. I don't quite believe in coincidences.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of monsters, and my son.
You're right, General. My visit's no accident. I'm looking for someone.
There's no one here who wishes to see you. Captain, this man is not to enter. Forgive me, Morvran, but I've lost my appetite for the races.
Kill a woman's son and appear at her doorstep? My. I thought witches had better survival skills than that.
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
I fear your information's out of date. Molly no longer works here.
Seem to know who Molly is. You also know she doesn't work here anymore. Know where I can find her, maybe?
This time of day? Probably sipping punch and considering which horse to bet on.
Not in the mood for jokes.
I jest you not. After Arian's demise, Louise's nephew came to pay his respects. Got one glance of Molly and, well, they wed soon after. They now await his inheritance. With the Baroness's son dead, the estate will go to the nephew and Lady Lata, known until recently simply as Molly.
All right, so where'll I find the newly minted Lady Lata?
Our dear little Molly has a new passion, horse racing. To my knowledge, she should be at Countess Vegelbud's villa right now. That's exactly where I'm going. Since you stripped me of Louise's company, perhaps you'd agree to come along.
Vamos a ver qué nos dice.
Well, if Molly will be there.
On our way, then.
Dando las carreras de caballo. Toca esta transición ahora. ¿Dónde vas? Si mi sardinilla está mejor equipada que el caballo del noreste. ¿Le han puesto una manta ahí? Madre. Si sardinilla va mejor vestida que yo. ¿En serio? Ya voy a decir yo, ya me estaba extrañando a mí, estaba tardando mucho en cargar.
We've arrived.
Nice place.
I must say, of all the creatures in this region, I find steeds most intriguing. Horses interest you at all, Witcher?
All the same to me. Call each one I ride Roach.
Strange. The grey is Cantarella, sired by Cahir, the champion from Vol.
Yeah. Gray's a good color. Even looks good on horses.
My coin's on the black stallion, Nemrod, purest Nilfgaardian stock.
Surprised he didn't salute you, General. Seem to know your horses.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage in the saddle, Witcher.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
Not what I came here for.
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned leather.
Why not? Wouldn't mind seeing if your knowledge of horses translates into riding skills.
Ha! Splendid! In that case, you must choose a mount.
Castaño Redani.
Redanian chestnut looks promising.
In that case, I shall try my luck on the Zeracanian Bay. The horses are saddled. Let's begin.
Simplemente pierda. Yo para estas cosas soy muy malo.
Riders, ready? Hey,
Let's see what you're made of.
move it.
Como dije, ya me salió de la pista.
I adore the speed, the rush of air. Don't spare the horse. I adore the speed, the rush of air. Come on, Witcher. Let's see what you're made of.
¿Esto lo tengo que ganar yo o qué?
Horse.
Es que no lo estoy dando pasar simplemente.
I adore the speed, the rush.
Pues he ganado.
The
Pero
roach I
claro.
chose put in a nice run.
Exceptional. I've not lost a race in a while. I
Si te has
congratulate.
quedado atrás, payaso.
That is yours. Ah, look! Lady Latar has just arrived.
Who?
The woman formerly known as Molly. There she stands.
Right. Thanks.
I shall be here for a time. Find me if you'd like to ride back to the city together.
Who do you favor, milady?
Can't decide between the black stallion and the grey mare. Keep going back and forth, back and forth. Sorry, don't believe we've been introduced.
I'm Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time
¿En
and
serio
time
lo cuenta así?
again.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be here if not for Dandelion.
Told me all about your adventures. How he'd ready you for battle with his songs. How he tamed the Karen by playing his lute.
I meant that literally. Dandelion's why I'm here. Came to ask you about him. Know where he might be?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. Ever since I became Lady Latard, it's been nothing but balls, banquets, and other such... congregations. Awful tiring, all this.
Luego tiene que ser de agobiante.
Or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why'd he need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon.
Pobre
Said
Lusa.
there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
Anda, acabo de pasar.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I asked Dandelion when we'd visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister? Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Know where I can find...
I
Me
know.
pregunta lo mismo cuando teníamos que... Eso.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait. Before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. And I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks. And good luck to you on your search.
A toda la vuelta, ¿me entiendes?
Ah, Geralt, there you are. Shall we return together?
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go.
No me cae muy bien, pero tampoco... mejor tenerlo cerca, digamos, ¿no? Ten a tus amigos cerca y a tus enemigos aún más. Los Nilfgaardianos... unos son más perros que otros. Y el emperador era un pequeño hijo de puta. Es que la manera que han tenido de representarlo en el juego no me termina de gustar tampoco, pero bueno, es una manera.
And here we are. Thank you for your company.
Likewise. See ya.
Bueno, ya nos queda menos gente. Sí, medio perra. Madre mía, me parto las piernas de llorar. Cantidad de niño, ¿no? ¿Son los del pantano?
Excuse me. I'm looking for Marabella.
I am she. Wait outside. Class is in session.
Sorry, can't wait. Hear about Dandelion. I'm Geralt, and I'm...
Geralt? I know you. Fine.
Sí, pues yo tengo.
If you're eager to join in the lesson, you're welcome to. Children, sadly the rat catcher has a fever today, but in his stead, we're honored to welcome a witcher, who will now tell us about his trade.
But...
Yeah! This is grand!
You shan't disappoint them, will you?
Chantajista. La cara de niño, yeah. Motherfucker.
So, who would like to ask the first question?
Me! What's it mean that witches are lecturers?
How old are you again?
9! 8!
In that case, wait a few years and I'll tell you.
Children, what's the meaning of this? Next question.
Is it true witches kill kings?
No, it's not true.
He's a liar. He ain't a liar. Witches don't lie.
They can lie because they're not knights. When you gotta kill a dragon, you summon a knight. But if there's a zoogling in the trash heap, the knight won't want to go, so you gotta call a witcher. Enough! That is all for today. Gather your things and I shall see you in the morning.
Yeah!
Bid farewell to Master Geralt.
It's great you came.
Oh, I'd have rather had
Yo no
the
era cabrón.
rat catcher.
El niño no pone yo puta.
So please do tell me, why are you here?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh yes, longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems.
No, we perused the illustrated guide to fungi.
Maybe... No. Won't even try to guess why he wanted to do that.
Mold, that was his interest. When his hand abandoned my knee to point at a figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died. Permanently.
See Dandelion after the fungus incident?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is pure gold. He simply needs a bit more discipline in his life.
Como si fuera un criado de
He
eso,
never
¿no?
came back to see me. So I thought if it's done, it's done.
Thanks for your help. Farewell.
Ya creo que no más que nos queda una.
You're stupid. Lasses can't be witches or witches.
Está cabrones. Ahorita tracanteo.
Everyone knows that. I'm a witcher.
Ay, ya, witches, ay, ya. Ay, los niños. Vamos. Vamos, tira medio. Ué. Vale.
No luck. Driving is slippery, the bugger. What do you want?
Want to see Rosa Atra?
Oh, mate, if you only knew what I want. Miss Rosa don't see just anybody.
I'm Geralt de Rivia, a witcher.
Soon as Miss Rosa turns into a striker, I'm sure her papa will send for you. But she's not showing any symptoms yet, so I venture you're not needed. On your way now.
Ay, Dios mío, cuántos gilipollas. ¿Eh? ¿Qué hace?
My, what a freak.
¿No?
Won't find any better. From the Yaruga to the Dragon Mountain.
Tiene que haber otro camino. A ver, lo encuentro.
I was made for loving.
Ow!
Scandalous, letting such miscreants into the city.
No. Por ahí no. Uy. Por aquí. Por aquí tampoco. Pues ¿cómo vamos a entrar? Bueno, vamos a ir a intentarlo por la fuente.
What's the rush?
Falling in love with her. Thanks, we ain't looking for no witcher.
Would you?
Thanks, we ain't looking for no witcher.
Will cost you a few crowns.
I kneel before you, oh eternal.
It would be an invaluable experience, and you could add it to your guild card.
Gratis, I can offer
Thanks, we ain't looking for no witcher.
all cheapskates,
Madre mía.
skinflints, penny minders. Go plough yourselves, you fucking miters.
Cheek! It's true what they say. Every bard is a lazy good for nothing.
No me deja entrar por la puerta. Vamos a probar por aquí. No te quedes atascado ahí, cabrón. Oh no. Ush. Digo la leo. ¿En serio?
Interesting.
¿Eh? Por cierto, echarle un vistazo a lo que hemos encontrado. ¿Habéis visto? Espérate que es que no lo he enseñado. Mira, la silla que tenía puesta, más 30 vigor. Vale, la nueva, mira. Vamos a seleccionarla. 50. O sea, por algún momento me ha parecido ver 250, por eso me he quedado loco, perdona. Trofeos. Este 5 de encontrar hierbas adicionales, pero nada. Me gusta el del oro adicional o el de la experiencia adicional por humanoide. La carta de muestra aquí. Está aquí. Esta en el otro lado. Pues no la encuentro la carta de al carajo.
You fancy men like me? Whole town's going on about it. So no point playing hard to get, sugar puss.
It's Lady Varatra to you. And I'd advise you to sod off, sugar puss, before I report this to Papa.
Por aquí también está cerrado. Tengo problema que un sitio por el que subir. Sube ahí. Bueno, no era intencionadamente eso lo que quería. Quiero subir al tejado. Es que si no, no sé cómo, la verdad. Por cierto, ya que estamos en alquimia, por si peleamos con el ahorcado... No, me falta un ingrediente, ¿qué me falta? Sangre de demonio podrido, veneno del ahorcado... Ah, es que he cogido el superior. Yo creí que había cogido el mejorado. No, todavía... Y por aquí no subiría ni nada, ¿no? Es un arbolillo de mierda. A ver. Vamos a darle la vuelta a la casa. Aquí. Esa puerta está cerrada. Puente. Oh, nada hemos encontrado. Va. Seré tonto.
Who are you?
Es fácil que le da la vuelta.
Why are you here? Answer this instant or I'll summon the guards.
Sorry to sneak in, miss. I'm Geralt, a friend of the bard Dandelion.
Geralt of Rivia? The famed witcher of the ballads?
What are you doing here, vagrant? How'd you get in? I let no one in the front, my lady. I swear it on the great sun.
Not a word. I'll handle this. Hold your tongue, sir. This is Frederick Francis de Bergerac, my new swordplay instructor, correct? Show him to the training room. I shall join him shortly.
But my lady's a witcher. Said so himself back by the gates.
Captain, do you truly believe Rosa Varatra would train with random clods calling themselves swordmasters? No. The Varatras demand the very best. Thus, we've hired a witcher. Take him to the training room. Now.
As you say, miss.
Esta es rubia. Esta puede ser la que decía su hermana. Que se la estaba cargando en verdad. Es que ya era un crack.
Won't you realise what you've got yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rose has got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword.
¿En serio?
Grab a wooden one. Take care not to hurt the little brain. Follow me.
you're my new instructor. Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
Sí, suerte.
Damn it! Well fought. You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
I'm a witcher. I'm looking
A witcher? That's splendid. I
Madre
always wanted to meet a
mía.
witcher. This is
Madre
so
mía.
exciting.
incredibly, but we ought to discuss that another time. Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship?
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our
sí,
expense.
claro.
But enough chatter.
Son
Stand
gemelas.
and fight. I demand a rematch. Ratted! You're quick!
Come on, come closer.
Solo explica.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
Madre mía. Oh, quita, apártate. What?
Stop flaunting and fight!
Joder. Mira, pero la ha esquivado.
Well, come on.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
Venga.
Damn it! Well, if you're not an instructor, you should certainly be one. Fancy giving me a few private lessons?
Sorry, gotta say no. Schedule's packed just now.
As you wish. What are you two lovebirds whispering about? You asked
Son iguales,
about my
yo creí que estaba loca o algo.
Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna var Atra, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Wait a minute. Mean to say Dandelion mixed you two up?
On occasion, yes. But then Rosa would quickly set him straight. If you'd shut your catty mouth for a moment, dear little sister, I could explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth two sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Madre mía.
Dandelion act any different lately? Notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. It's no use, Geralt. She's so enamored she'd hardly notice if he turned into a werewolf. Edna, what? You needn't pretend he followed convention. Remember when he took us to the cemetery?
Rhetoric lessons in a cemetery. Unusual even for Dandelion.
We set out to visit the graves of celebrated Oxenford professors. He ended up quizzing us about Margrave Henkel.
Who?
Eccentric old coot. Died recently. He'd apparently been an important and generous patron of the arts as a young man.
Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trabaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense. He referred to her as Calonetta a few times. Bizarre names are common in Kavir.
Gotta ask Zoltan about this Calonetta. Been a pleasure, but I've got stuff to take care of.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again. Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
Awfully convincing, miss. Wonder where you learned it. Name the time and place.
House here, tomorrow. Same time as today.
See you then.
See you, Master Witcher.
Cierto, ahora no puedo, pero mañana.
Nothing hurts as much as life.
Pobre mayordomo.
A deserter from the sky.
Oh. Vamos. Vamos. Me gustaría dejar este asunto zanjado antes de terminar hoy.
So, how you go with this healer?
I was nothing about minding your own business.
I knew Rice cheeks. You're a bigger rat picker than me. Oh, I'm a right dandy dandy. The lady.
Vamos.
What village are you from?
Ya estamos llegando al borde.
How are you keeping, Bobby? Miss your sultan, you old
El pájaro.
What's
El
this?
pájaro del enano.
Haven't even drunk her water. Naughty bird. Now repeat. Ah, you're back. You met Poppy? She ought to start talking any day now.
No, ese no es el pájaro que yo recuerdo.
Zoltan, venture to say a mage would have trouble turning that owl into a parrot.
Sure you know me that well? Mark my words, she'll be playing Gwent with us in no time. But we were to talk about Dandelion. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly like, this lass?
Blonde, from Kovir. A Troberitz, apparently, named Calonetta or something like that.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye. Must be her.
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberitz, like you said. Quite popular of late. Picture Dandelion with a pair of tits and you've got the
Yo
general
sí sé quién es
idea.
Priscila.
Interesting image. So how'd Dandelion handle meeting his female double?
I think he fell in love.
What can I say? Could be he finally met his match.
She's his match, all right. Maybe more. The laddie's head's on fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Priscilla works for the Mummers troupe. Reynard and the Foxen. Whenever they're in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening of poetry?
Must you always? This'll be true poetry, Geralt. You'll see.
Pues muy bien, gente, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo de hoy. Si ha sido así, no os olvidéis darle a like y hasta el próximo. Chao.